Well, the latest coming in on the activated international border situation is that Pakistan Rangers have lobbed mortar shells on a BSF border outpost at the Chandrachak area in the Kathua sector on the international border. The BSF has also retaliated with heavy fire. There is no report just yet of injury or damage. I want to go straight across to TV Today Managing Editor Rahul Kanwal, who is in an undisclosed location right there on the international border in the Samba sector that's been under fire all of today and yesterday. Rahul, fresh firing in Kathua, where you are right now, is a place that's also been under fire. What's the very latest situation?
Shiv, what we are sensing is that the Pakistani Rangers have deployed snipers, and we're speaking to officers and soldiers who are deployed over here, and they say that there could be elements of the Pakistani regular army deployed along with the Pakistani Rangers who've been deployed in border observation posts similar to where I am right now. We don't want to disclose our exact our exact location because the Pakistani Rangers and the army and the ISI are observing media very closely, trying to get a sense of the movement on our side of the border. So we're not disclosing where we are, but we're showing you what's really going on over here. I want to bring my camera person Amit in. This is what a border observation post currently looks like. There's heavy deployment over here. You see, unlike areas along the line of control where some of these posts are kacha over here, this is properly developed. It's got bricks, it's got mortar, it's very nicely constructed and therefore reasonably safe to be inside. Now you see this small hole on the screen right now, Shiv, which is where the BSF soldiers are deployed.
Yes.
Just this morning, in this sector itself, there was sniper fire coming in from the other side because it's by and large covered on all sides and therefore very difficult for the Pakistani Rangers to be able to take aim. I'll try and show you how close we are to Pakistan. You see some of the lights on the screen right now. Those are the last lights of India, and it's very interesting that while all the grasslands that are there on the Indian side are very are maintained and
yes,
they're always cleaned out, cleared, Pakistan doesn't do so on its side of the international border, and the reason for that is very simple. They want the grass to grow so that it's easier to sneak terrorists in. We spoke earlier today to the Director General of the BSF, and he said there are at least 100 terrorists of the Lashkar-e-Taiba who are waiting on the other side. They get cover fire from the Pakistani Rangers, and that's how they're being brought in. In fact, at a post in the Samba sector, there was a convoy of people that had come. People got out of the cars and they started shouting slogans in favor of Hafiz Saeed. That happened just opposite, and some of the BSF soldiers actually heard that slogan hearing. I've got Harilal with us. He is the commandant of the BSF battalion. We don't want to give the number out of the battalion, but I want to talk to him about the kind of problems that BSF soldiers here are facing. So this is, of course, the international boundary. This is not the line of control. And in the last several years, especially after Pervez Musharraf declared that ceasefire, we've seen this area relatively peaceful. You know, we haven't seen intense firing over here. What do you think has changed? Why do you think this area has opened up in this way?
And very simple. Any senior leader visit in India, and this time is 26 January 2005 to witness the 26th Republic Day parade. So they are trying to disturb the border so forces engage and they try to fail visit of Mr. Obama, Rashtrapati of America. So this is, I think, in my mind. And secondly, they are trying to infiltrate their Lashkar-e-Taiba militants from across the border, and that's why they are open fire time and again. And their terrain as such, they are very advantageous position. Like there's so many nala in their side, and there is not clear this wild growth, and they comes up to near the border and for the covering, and they sometimes they open fire and sniping to the.
While all of us were partying on New Year's Eve, there was heavy fireworks of a completely different kind taking place across the international boundary. The Pakistani Rangers opened fire at an Indian patrol party. Now that usually doesn't happen. When, for example, a post like this is being built, Pakistan sometimes objects to Pakka construction taking place. That's when there can be a local dispute. But when an area has been built and a patrol party is out that's not when firing takes place. So very, very irregular for the Pakistani Rangers to be opening fire over here. I want to understand also the deployment of snipers, because we heard that there was sniper fire coming in from the other side. So clearly this is something that's been well thought out by the Pakistani army. But we spoke, for example, yesterday to some generals from Pakistan, and they said that this is coming from India, that the escalation is because you've got a new government, you've got the Modi government, and they are trying to hit out at Pakistan at a time when the Northwest Frontier province is active and the Pakistani army is engaged in a big operation. They wouldn't want to open up two borders. That's what the Pakistani generals are saying.
No, this is the false statement given by Pakistan generals. The BSF never opened fire until unless they fire. And after the BSF is replying their very effective manners, and whenever any fire take place on border, we give a very effective and befitting reply to them.
In fact, it was here in the Samba sector itself where one BSF Jawan, Constable Devinder Singh, was murdered. That happened when a shrapnel came in through one of those posts, one of those windows from where you look out. That's when the shrapnel came in. But to make this more lethal, now you've got snipers, highly trained, very qualified snipership who've been deployed, who are actually looking in from the Pakistani side into holes such as where we are right now and trying to take down Indian soldiers who've been deployed. And everyone we've been speaking to says that there's no likelihood of things coming down before the 26th of January. Remember, since the 1st of January, there's been an absolute breakdown of communication between the Pak Rangers and the BSF. Whenever there's a problem, usually both sides hold a flag meeting, try and talk about it. India wanted to give a protest note to Pakistan. The Rangers refused to accept it. It was tried at Wagah on the 3rd. That was refused as well. So very, very volatile, very tense situation here along the international boundary where we are tonight, Shiv.
Thanks very much, Rahul. That's a frontline report like nothing else. Right there, our managing editor is inside a border observation post with the BSF, the very men engaged in India's fight back, the retaliation that's taking place almost every single hour. The place where Rahul's reporting from, you can still see him live, is a place that was under attack just a short while ago, and not very far from where he's standing in the Kathua sector. There's shelling happening even as we speak. You're going to see a much more detailed report from Rahul on the front line on the international border at 10 p.m. on his show Center Stage right here on Headlines.